5 minutes to post the qualifying lap. I know we're jumping in late. Well, not really late. Jumping in right in the middle of qualifying. Richard Elliott's going to get us underway. Followed by Danny Barnes. So right now, Richard Elliott, Danny Barnes, Nick Seipel on the track tonight in that 75 machine. Chase Mastrutta. And Richard Elliott will get us started. Of course, Gen 6 action night, 50 laps. Wonder why we're starting late. Had a little practice session for PGR tomorrow night at Bristol. That's why the race started a little bit late. Just under 2 minutes, or just under 3 minutes remaining in qualifying to get a lap in. Richard Elliott, Danny Barnes will cross the line right at the same time. So which one of them? The lap to beat. Survey says 2:38 for Elliott. Nick Seipel on track to knock that lap off the top of the board. And he will with a 2:18. Mastrutta across the line now. It is a 3:17 for Mastrutta. Right now, some other drivers waiting to start their lap. We're going to try to figure out who was where. Mark Vondale, we are pretty sure, will be the next one to attempt to post a lap with 1:40 remaining. Not really a big field on deck tonight. Kind of big, kind of not. It looks like about 18, 20 drivers. Right now, Vondale on. Well, Vondale's on pace, but right now is going to need a big gain. Well, not really a big gain, but going to need a gain of some kind off of turn 4 through the short chute to cut the apron. Mark Vondale's time. Survey says 3:03, good enough for third. Jared Haynes in the number 7 at the line. .251, not enough, but enough for third. Knock Vondale down to 4th. Casey Sprinkle going to catch him right at the end of his on track. And at the line, Casey Sprinkle 2:38. Not enough. Ethan Eckert, a matter of fact, new colors tonight. And Eckert actually now is the one on track for the top position. At the line is going to cut the apron. Is that enough to knock Nick Seipel off the front row? A 2:21 is not. Gordon Spain will not get there. Well, that was fast. Shit it. All right. So Nick Seipel on pole for tonight. Can't really say I'm surprised. Well, for MMS tonight, starting the lineup. Nick Seiple on pole, Ethan Eckert, Casey Sprinkle, Richard Elliott, Jared Haynes, the top 5. Mark Vondell, Chase Mastretta, Danny Barnes, Daniel Fulkingham, Malik Ray, Joey Masavage, and Kyler Wynn will round out the top 12. On down through the field, Kenny Reel, Josh Jabroon, Axel Smith, Miles Bagley, Gordon Spain, John Ward, Joshua McCullough, Kenneth McCullough, and Cameron Craighead rounds out to 21 cars for tonight. Right now, waiting for the field to get going finally. All right, now the field works their way down the back straightaway. Short field tonight for MMS, only 21. Ought to still be a great night of racing. 50 laps. The last ain't too long tonight. We'll see how quickly we can get through it. Next cycle will bring them down for to start this race. Ethan Eckert to his outside. The field works herself off of the turn 4 banking. Kenny Reel not taking the green flag tonight, so therefore 20 cars will be on deck. Seiple and Eckert brings them down to United Rentals restart zone. We're rolling. Malik Ray trying to already power up the outside lane. Eckert going to get right in front of him, going to stack up that outside lane. Richard Elliott drops like a rock. Seiple now leads them into turn number 3. In the middle of 3 and 4 now, Sprinkle trying to push, trying to figure out, really pushing over the back of that 75 off of turn 4. Jared Haynes to the bottom with Mastretta. And at the line, Nick Seiple will lead, or does he? Hey, he got it. 49 to go. Down back straightaway. The run on the outside lane, so pivotal, so crucial. And you can see why. Look how much distance they cover as the cars enter into turn 3, banking side by side for 4th on back. Right on board with Malik Ray. Of course, no stranger to getting the job done. Right now, Ray running for a little bit of internet issue, a little bit of a lag on Ray's part. On board Nick Seipel for the moment. Right now, Sprinkle, big block on the 12 of Eckert now to work their way down the back straightaway, 3 by 3, down the back straightaway. Gonna get this joker up here. Lap 3 in the book, and right now, Jared Haynes, Chase Mastrella, Casey Sprinkle, Nick Seipel, Ethan Eckert, the top 5. That'll probably change about 4 or 5 more times as they work their way off the turn 4. Jared Haynes, the leader, in the middle lane. Up to cover Casey Sprinkle. Seipel will now cover the middle lane. Well, Mastrella really ain't pulling that bottom lane much like he wanted to. At the line, give it to Seipel again. Well, really, the 75 doing a great job working both lanes. No, he wants to cover the middle. Cover the middle to the bottom in the corners. He wants to fade up to cover the outside lane and doing an excellent job of really working the lane control. Now here comes Ray back to the bottom with Kyler. Lestrada, Casey Sprinkle going to blend right back in line. Thought about going to the middle. Thought better of it. They work off of the turn 4, banking again to complete lap 4. Malik Ray, your leader. Already Kyler and Ray up 9 and 10 spots respectively from when they started this race 5 laps ago. Gordon Spain already up 11. They're the biggest movers so far early in the race. Right on board with Gordon Spain. In the wall. Hang on to her, buddy. You get a look at Joy Masavage. Right now, Malik Ray will take point. Mastrada and Seipel now on the bottom with Eckert, Fulkingham, and Mark Von Dell. That's the top 5 on the bottom lane. Top 5 on the outside lane. You got Ray, Kyler, Jared Hayes, Casey Sprinkle, and Gordon Spain. Watch the field work their way down the back straightaway. Jared Haynes stuck in the middle lane. Going to go back to the bumper of Josh Jabroon now. A little bit of contact. Almost knocks the 7 sideways. At the front, Chase Mastretta going for the lead. Seipel now working the middle, trying to get a push from Malik Ray. Right now, Chase Mastretta will have him clear coming off of turn 4 up to the middle lane. A push from the fight. I ain't going to work, boys. They made it work, but they made. Oh! Jesus Christ. Well, Mastretta dodged 2 bullets. All right, now Malik Ray trying to work on the 75 again. They work their way down the back straightaway. All right, now Daniel Fulkingham right on board with him right now, running 7th. Up here amongst the leaders early. Got to say, I'm kind of surprised to see that. Normally, when we think of Daniel Fulkingham, we normally see somebody who rides right in the back of the pack for the majority of the race, tries to save a little bit of fuel. Not the case tonight. Ray going straight to the front, and Casey Sprinkle to his outside, hanging outside in the 4th spot. All right, now about almost a 3-car breakaway. Seipel, Mastretta, and now Ethan Eckert work the bottom lane, trying to get away from this pack and make it just between them for the early parts of this race. But right now, Falkenham and Casey Sprinkle in tow, both pulling their respective lanes. Outside lane more organized than the bottom. Got more cars. They're going to take it 3 wide with Keith McCullough and Joshua McCullough coming on that third lane. Right now, as it stands, as Falkenham goes up to the back bumper, Mastretta ducks out of line. Nobody goes with him. Right now, they're working to that first pit stop. That's all they're worried about right now. Get up to the first pit stop. Casey Sprinkles latched on to his MMS teammates down the back straightaway with McCullough. Both the McCulloughs of Kenneth and Joshua. That outside lane. On back through the field. So on back to the field, some drivers choosing to drop to the back versus staying in line. Right now, Richard Elliott, one of them. I'll tell you another one that kind of his MO to ride in the back for the most part. Oh, John Ward. And right now he is doing that. You also see Kyler Wynn back here in the mix. They're right on board with Ward now down the back straightaway. A lot of driving Elite Rays at the back. Chase Mastretta went ahead and dropped to the back. Right now, this is just a game plan. Try to save fuel the best you can for the most part. Long way to go. Right now, Nick crosses the line. He's led 9 laps, so 10 so far. The only other driver to lead a lap, Malik Ray, back in 18th. Right now, Seipel's to your leader. Here comes McCullough and Axel Smith on the outside again. Miles Bagley in tow with them, along with Elliott Gordon Spain. Casey Sprinkle and Josh McCullough stuck in the middle. Not the ideal spot for them unless they're trying to go to the back. McCullough will come to the middle to pick up his teammates. Right now, as it stands, 11 laps down, working lap 12. And we got 39 to go, be 38 when they get to the start-finish line. Got Cameron Craighead up here in the 5th spot, and that 48 working on a 5th spot. Right now, side by side with Axel Smith in that orange and white number 48. 86, as a matter of fact. Right now, 3x3, Elliott, Spain, and Ward now trying to work that third lane. The majority of the outside lanes migrated back down to the middle. Axel Smith coming for the lead. He's got Miles Bagley right behind him with McCullough and Casey Sprinkle for the lead. Gonna be 37 to go. The outside lane is gonna be very crucial. Chevy on forward right now. McCullough's going to look at that third lane. Kenneth ain't playing around tonight. Down back straight away. And Axel Smith now your leader. McCullough's going to work that outside lane. Going to try to get the side draft on him. Not able to do it. Matter of fact, got to run as it is anyway. Don't really need a side draft as they work their way down through the short chute again. 36 to go. And Ken McCullough, your leader. Casey Sprinkle to his outside now. MMS controls the outside or the bottom in the middle lane. Renee got MMS about four of their cars right now in the top 6. Sprinkle, both the McCulloughs, of Kenneth and Joshua and Richard Elliott. As Elliott down to a bottom, Sprinkle almost gets turned. Whew. Hang on to it, boys. Here come the 2 Dega Pro drivers, Gordon Spain and John Ward. They got Bagley, Malik Ray, Kyler, Craighead, and Mastrutta all behind him in that outside lane. Malik Ray's going to take it 3. .35 to go. 3 wide again. Down the back straightaway. Malik Ray, Kyler Ray, and Cameron Craighead on that outside lane. That very top lane. Mastrutta go up to join them. Back down to the middle lane for Mastrutta as they work their way down to turn 3. And Malik Ray leading the charge from the back to the front. Right on board with Casey Sprinkle. All right, now you see McCullough wearing out that back bumper, doing everything he can to push. What you got to do, because Ray's going to be coming on the outside. There's the run. Well, that one push right there will probably keep Malik Ray on the outside for the moment. Well, another run is going to be coming off the 4th through short chute. If I got him mad, that's where Malik Ray will take over this lead. Gets a little loose off of the corner. Whether it gets loose or not, does not matter. Malik Ray to the front, a push from Kyler. And at the line, give it to Ray. Bottom lane really getting congested on the bottom. Right now, Dega Pro driver still working on the outside lane. Gordon Spain, John Ward's been working it the last 5 laps. They came from the back to the front. Ward now up to 5th, Spain 4th. And right now, Joshua McCullough, the biggest mover of the race so far. John Ward and Gordon Spain both up 12. Throw McCullough in the next time with 12. And they're wrecking behind them. Oh, dear God. The pole sitter. Nick Seipel through the grass. Josh DeBrun is in the grass. Mark Mondale's back there somewhere. Ethan Eckert, Joy Misavich. Under our first caution tonight, Mark Vondale, massive damage. Showing that he's got a meatball flag. Damages. Of course, the meatball meaning he has damage that has got to be fixed. It is required by iRacing that he has to fix it. So Vondale will be using a fast repair early tonight. And we're under our first caution. Let's see what happens. Well, one, there's a lag, but I don't see it ain't gonna start with Vondale. It's gonna start up there with Eckert. A push from Bagley, gets him kind of knocked sideways. Another push, another push. Comes down the track across Seipel's bumper. Falken's barely gonna get through, but from there, I can see how Ward, or not Ward, damn. I see how Vondale gets his damage out of this. Everybody else, I feel like they're gonna be fine. Try to board Ethan through this. Next on board, we with Nick Seipel. Really, Nick's gonna come out of this better than what. It's gonna come out better than what it could have been for damn sure. Right now, Malik Ray on pit road, as is all the other drivers. Everybody's in this time is actually going to push that fuel window back some. Back some is going to push it back a lot. Right now, race off of pit road. Give it to Malik Ray, Kyler, McCullough, Ward, and Spain, the top 5 off of pit road. Everybody else pretty much cycling through. Right now, under our first caution of the night, coming out on lap 19, fields already made their pit stop for the majority of them. 20 guys on deck tonight, so really the running order is as it is. Some driver might come in and pit one more time, splash off of fuel. Yeah, drivers at the back. Joshua McCullough, Cameron Craighead, everybody, several cars really. Axel Smith, Miles Bagley, Danny Barnes. Pretty much everybody 8th on now will be back in the pit. We're to re-rack it. Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn, 1st and 2nd. Gordon Spain, Kevin McCullough, Jared Haynes, the top 5. John Ward, Josh Jabroon, Miles Bagley, Axel Smith, Daniel Falkenham rounds out the top 10 on down through the last half of the field. Vondale, Barnes, Mastrutta, Craighead, Seipel, Sprinkle, Elliott, Masavage, Eckert, and Joshua McCullough rounds out the field. All right. Malik Ray and Kyler will bring them down. The field coming to United Reynolds restart zone. We're rolling. Elite Ray with a great start. Kyler's going to fall in right behind him. Gordon Spain, Jared Haynes be the top 4 on the outside lane. Josh DeBruin will make the 5th one. On the bottom, McCullough, Ward, Masavage. And really, that's about it on the bottom lane for the most part. Fulkerhead would drop down for the moment with Von Dell in tow. Everybody trying to figure out where they want to go. As Elite Ray will lead them into turn number 3. Right now, Ray will lead them through a trial of them. Elite Ray is going to come across the line and lead his 7th lap of the race tonight so far. Ray's going to drop right back in behind him. Gordon Spain is going to be tasked to work that outside lane with Jared Haynes. Make it the middle lane as they're 3 wide further back. We're 3 wide. Down back straight away. McCullough, Ward, and Savage still trying to work that bottom. Ray's going to come down almost halfway, thinking he wanted to drop to the bottom. However, McCullough had other ideas, and right now they're going to be 3 by 3 because of it. Well, Ray will probably jump up to the outside lane. He does to cover Gordon Spain. Kyler Rendy, odd man out, but here comes Seiple, Elliott, and Joshua McCullough through the middle. Ward to the outside. Ward to the outside, McCullough up the block. And again, McCullough will lead his 2nd lap of the race. And now, down to the bottom, McCullough a little bit late on the drop, and now McCullough's going to get stuck in the middle. Best thing for McCullough, he's got his teammates right behind him. Elliott, Joshua McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, Danny Barnes, Mark Vondell. As John Ward leads going into turn 3. Right now for John Ward, does not let a lap all night. We're going to see if the field lets him do it at the line. Elite Ray to the bottom, Estrada to the very bottom, and John Ward will complete the lap and will lead his 1st lap of the race tonight with 26 laps to go from Talladega. Cole is still stuck in the middle trying to figure out how to get back up to the front right now. All of his teammates right now 4 wide down the back straightaway. 4 wide, back to 3. Nope, still 4 wide. Now it's back to 3. As Ward leads the outside lane with Gordon Spain, his teammate on the outside lane. Elite Ray and Kyler back to the bottom of the racetrack again. Jared Haynes having a quiet night, but been in the front all the majority of the night. Josh DeBroom, another one. Ward up 17th spot where he started this race 3 wide momentarily for a lead. Gordon Spain going to get hung out to dry. At the line, give it to Ward, but here comes Haynes on the outside. Half down, half to go. 3 wide, down the back straightaway. McCullough's going to go at the block. Gordon Spain. Spain right back to the middle in that white number 38 Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. As now Jared Haynes would drop to the bottom. Josh DeBruin will work that outside lane, that Corona Chevy Camaro D01. Miles Bagley, another one of them up and down night, was at the back to the front. Going to be 24 to go at the line. But they're still 3 by 3. Daniel Falkenham, another one of them up and down night, was at the back. Really just rode around inside the top 10 the majority of the night. He's going to jump up to the outside lane. Miles Bagley's going to cover him. Meanwhile, they're still 3 by 3 for a moment. Kind of a hornet's nest back for about 10th on back. Right now, 2 by 2 at the front. Miles Bagley getting a push for Daniel Fulkenham. Josh DeBruin following in line. John Ward, Jaron Haynes on the bottom. At the line, give it to Miles. Miles Bagley now We'll get a push from Jared Haynes down the back straightaway. Bam. Well, right now you can make the 3-wide work. The longer they go on this run, the more the tire's going to get wore out. It's going to be harder to really make anything happen. Car's going to become a handful. Right now, outside lane contains most of the MMS duo. Well, not really duo, but the whole team. Consists of Joshua McCullough, Kenneth, Richard Elliott, Danny Barnes, Mark Vondell, Casey Sprinkle, the other one in the middle. It's going to be 22 to go, and they're getting tighter and tighter off of 3 every time. McCullough up to cover the outside lane. Falkenham down low on the bottom. Josh DeBroom also trying to push Falkenham back out to the lead. Really, let's see what it really looks like mid-pack. Right on board with Danny Barnes. Right now, full throttle for the moment, not really pedaling out, and then again, ain't got the rubber. Pull up the dashboard just to see. Work their way down back straightaway. One car, Axel Smith into the wall, keeps it straight for the month. Back in the wall again. Here, Danny really left out the throttle. I would have too. But I'll keep it straight for the moment. Focus back in on the lead at hand. Oh, one car hard off the wall, McCullough. Keep it straight for the moment. That's really fun. Kevin McCullough, meatball damage and no caution. Oh, yeah, car's massively cambered out. Cambered out. That means something broke. Well, for Kevin McCullough, tonight will be done. We'll take a quick look at what happened. Cut back in on the action before they all decide to wreck. Caution's out. What are you saying about wrecking? Never fails. Chase Mastretta, massive damage. John Ward's got a piece of it. Danny Barnes might as well have a piece of it as well. All right, well, first, one thing at a time. We'll go back and see what got McCullough's all out of shape. Go ahead and look at these replays. He just got turned. So he was already dead sideways up and overcorrects into the wall. That happens there. Now what in the world happens up here with John Ward and others? Fast forward through this a little bit. Well, McCullough's going to get stuck in the middle of Josh McCullough. That would be a Mastretta kind of check-up effect. And from there, ba-bam. Everybody's around. Rewind it. No, I really want to dissect what happens here. Well, alright, well, I'm going to tell you where. Alright, well, I'm going to tell you probably where I see this starting at. I'm going to go slow motion here. Casey's going to come up from the third lane. He's going to go from the basement to the top floor. All the way up. At this point, Kyler and Malik Ray is going to start getting their run off the bottom. It's going to kind of check up the outside lane. Ray actually gets off. Kyler's going to get into the wall. From there, that's really where the stack up happens. Mastretta into the back of Ward. Ward's in Malik Ray. Nick Seibel's going to be over Mastretta, and they just all come together. Right on board with John Ward. Well, not the way Ward Knight's wanted to go. Finished fourth in the HPR race. Not be how he wants to start tonight. Bam, bam, and welcome to the jam. The one thing, Mastretta really. It's a wonder Mastretta ain't got more damage than what he's got. Right on board with Chase Mastretta. Right there, going to put Josh in the middle. Spring going to come up, and just there, everybody's all over the back of each other. Strutter going to get slammed. Seipel's going to make it through the middle. Bam. Just kissed the wall. Speaking of Nick Seipel, if I can ever get a hold of him. Trying to avoid him through this scrap. Well, hate to see it. Really do. Well, we're under caution. There's a multi-car wreck coming off of turn 2. Well, meanwhile, back live. 18 laps to go, only our second caution, so actually ain't been that bad of a race so far, knock on wood. Josh DeBrun, your leader, Jared Haynes, Kevin McCullough, Miles Bagley, Kyler Wren, the top 5. I'm sure a lot of them's going to come back in and pit one more time. So you can't get John Ward in here. Well, from 4th and HGR earlier tonight to now sitting on pit road, John Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, buddy, just take me through the back straightaway. What'd you feel like happened? Did it feel like a stack-up effect, or what's your take on it?
Yeah, I just jumped up there, and it's just people couldn't see what's going on. Casey jumped up there, and he was clear. I seen the checkup, but the guy behind me didn't see. He said he let off, but it wasn't enough. So I basically got ran over, got spit out, and race control didn't see what happened. So, but I'm gonna try to recover. I got my damage fixed here, and didn't use my fast repair. So,
well, still a chance. Still a chance for you to get back up to the front. I want to ask you though, have you been very pleased with the night? We saw you early in the race, laying back. One can presume saying fuel, being that's your MO most of the time when you're in the back. But then that caution on lap 20 came out. Do you feel like that's kind of set the field up now, that and this caution, to make it on a tank of gas?
Yeah, it's been a really good race. Good racing, good three wide racing hard. It's been really fun. Yeah, a little saving earlier. Everybody should be close to making it. We should be able to make it here, so it should be a blast. Hopefully I don't get caught up in nothing. I'm going to try to bring her back to the front.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
You got it.
Well, John Ward's got a lot of work to do right now in the 20th spot. And to re-rack the field down the back straightaway, Josh DeBroom and Jared Haynes, top 2. Followed by Bagley, Spain, Axel Smith, Mastrota, Joshua McCullough, Kyler Wren, Danny Barnes, and Nick Seipel, the top 10. On down through the field, Casey Sprinkle, Malik Ray, Daniel Falkenham, Mark Vondale, Richard Elliott, Cameron Craighead, Kevin McCullough, Ethan Eckert, Joey Masavage, and John Ward will round out what remains of the 20-car field. And, of course, every car still on track. Only drivers really have to use the fast repair out of any of this so far. I count 3 at the moment, make it 4. Falkenham's had to use his. Vondale, Cameron Craighead, and Kenneth McCullough. Right now, McCullough, black flag for some reason. To be sure they ain't putting him on the caution. I don't know, man. All right. Well, Josh DeBroom and Jared Haynes. Jared Haynes will bring him down to United Rentals restart zone. Going to be 17 or 16 to go at the line. They're fired off. $16 laps to go. Josh DeBroom leads over Jared Haynes, Gordon Spain, Jason Estrada. crash chopper cam. Estrada down to cover Bagley again. Axel Smith will fall in the fourth. McCullough looks like he's going to try to take it up the middle. Don't think better of it. At the line, Chase Estrada will lead. 15 laps to go. Oh, the wrecking bed. Casey Sprinkle Harding. Well, Sprinkle hard off the wall. Bounced off by none. We're trying to get eyes on it. There it is. Cameron Craig, Sprinkle, massive damage. God almighty. Under caution again. Joey Masavich in the grass. Cameron Craighead saw him. Damage to the front end of that car. Elite Ray looks like he possibly got through it. Alright, well, under caution yet again. We'll see what in the world for. Casey Sprinkle, massive damage. Well, that's the first thing I saw was Sprinkle going around. See massive rear end damage to the back of that 59 car. Well, it was a great race going. Craighead coming up the middle. Sprinkle come down, neck coated him. That's the majority of it. And bam! Massive shot. See that left front wheel coming completely apart? Here one that. Left front's going to come completely apart. You know, then massive. Wonder the damn thing even turns. Yeah, just going neck coat off the 48. And bam. Right on board with Casey. I'm sure that's not how he wanted the night to start out. Or really to end. Well, the good news is he's got one fast repair left in the chamber. Jesus almighty. Next onboard going with Joey Masavich. Just gonna fall right in Joey's lap. Nothing he can do. He's gonna get spit into the outside wall. Cameron Craighead's on board. Cameron did a hell of a job just hanging on to it. So under the third caution of the night with 14 laps to go. Chase Estrada, your leader. Well, right now, Chase Estrada, Miles Bagley, Danny Barnes, Mark Vondale, and Gordon Spain, the top 5. Of course, unofficial because it's still wondering. Ward said they can make it on fuel. You look at the bottom of the screen, however, you can see it is an MMS, kind of 1, 2, 3, 16th through 18th. With both the McCulloughs and Casey Sprinkle. MMS scattered up and down the board. As a matter of fact, you just mentioned them. You got Danny Barnes and Mark Vondale 3rd and 4th. Richard Elliott 6th. Them are the highest running of the MMS drivers tonight for this event. Bagley will come in and take fuel, so it's going to move everybody up the order. Unless they come in and pit again. Well, now to re-rack the field. Chase Mastrota leader, Danny Barnes will be in second. Mark Von Dale, Gordon Spain, Richard Elliott, the top 5. Malik Ray, John Ward, Daniel Falkenham, Josh DeBrune, and Tyler Wynn will be the top 10. On down, you got Seipel, Haynes, Eckert, Joshua McCullough, Casey Sprinkle, Ken McCullough, Cameron Craighead, Joey Masavich, Bagley, and Axel Smith. We'll meet you 11 to go when they take the green flag. Right now, it'll be 11 to go. Come on. $11 to go, and they take the green. Been only 3 cautions tonight. Not bad for an MMS race. Well, expect overtime. Well, there's a point now where you're going to quit letting go. There ain't no reason to hold back anything now. You're winding down to the end of this thing right now. Mastrota and Barnes brings them down to the United Rentals restart zone. Let's do it one more time. Miles Bagley, Axel Smith, black flags for both. Malik Ray and Daniel Falkenham going to look to the outside lane. You want to bring a slew of cars with them. Mastrota up to the outside lane to block. Barnes and Von Dale, followed by Richard Elliott on the bottom. MMS coming. With Josh DeBrune, Kyler, Ethan Eckert, and then the McCulloughs behind them. 10 to go when they get to the start-finish line. Of course, now the pushing is getting a little bit rougher. They're getting more intense. You're not going to want to be pushed where you're being pushed at when you're being pushed. And the push is going to turn to shoving. 10 to go. Miles Bagley and Axel Smith both in the pits to serve their black flag penalties. The night will be done for both of them unless there's another caution. Oh, there it is. Ethan Eckert around. Gordon Spain, another one. Spain hard off the inside wall. Eckert, 4 fresh tires, so it'll be good to go. However, Gordon Spain was like a modified. Well, changed everything. Indeed it does. We're going to rewind it, look at what happened. 4th caution of the night. Well, right here, they're going to be 3 wide. Bad push, bad fire. Craighead got in the hang. Well, the 12 net coated. You saw that plain as day. At least that's what I saw. I'll look back at it just to be sure, but pretty sure the only thing with the 12 is just a little bit of net code. That's it. Right on board with Gordon Spain. Bam! And bam! Ethan Eckert did a hell of a job keeping there keeping the car off the wall. Right on board with him. Alright, now there was contact. Okay, that's my fault. Misjudged it, but has the wherewithal to downshift it. Don't blow the motor. Don't spin it backwards. Get it stopped quick as you can and get it back rolling. There was contact, but from the other camera, it didn't look like there was any. Regardless of the fact, we'll be able to go out of this fast repair intact. Then it'll save Miles Bagley. Will not save Axel Smith at the moment. Oh, they're wrecking again. There's a whole second wreck. Evidently so. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, well, what the hell has happened here? Alright, hold the phone for a minute, folks. I don't even know what part this is. What's on behind? Regardless, under caution. No. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Go back. Hold on a minute, you dummy. Follow the field. Right here. Follow the field. I don't see it is the same lap. If not, then I don't know what in the world's just happened. Really intense blocking and Fulton almost gets turned, so there's a whole nother wreck on top of this. They're 4 wide. They're gonna somehow make it through. Alright, whatever the case may be. Well, regardless, really doesn't change the fact that it's still under caution. It's still the 4th caution of the wreck of the night. Jesus almighty. Going back there, there ain't enough drivers in here to interview at the moment. Well, Ray Rackett, Falkingham, Kyler Wren, Nick Seipel, Mark Vondell, Chase Mastrota, Richard Elliott, John Ward, Kim McCullough, Joey Masswith, and Cameron Craig headed to top 10. We'll go through the rest of the field when they get out of the pits. Spain, Eckert, Barnes, Sprinkle, Nope, Haynes, then Sprinkle, Barwin, Elite Ray, Drabone, McCullough, and others. God darn. Alright, well. Josh DeBroom still in the pits. Be the one to go here. With 5 to go to re-rack it. Falkingham, Kyler Wren, Nick Seipel, Chase Mastrota, Mark Vondell, Richard Elliott, John Ward, Joy Savage, Gordon Spain, and Kenneth McCullough. That'll be your top 10. On down, Craighead, Haynes, Eckert, Sprinkle, Ray, Miles Bagley back on the lead lap in 16th. Joshua McCullough, Danny Barnes 17th and 18th. Josh DeBrune back on the track. Axel Smith still 1 lap down. We're going to bounce off the wall back there. In that green and white 97. Brune back. Alright, field brings them down. Four to go when they take the start finish line. It's Falkingham and Kyler. We're rolling. Great start by Daniel. He's going to work the bottom lane. Mastruta's going to come win him. Here comes John Ward. Never count out Ward. He said he's going to hope to get up there back to the front, but right now he is there. Mastruta's going to throw a big block. Mastruta and Falkingham both. Everybody jumps to the outside lane. Forget the bottom. Ward back down the bottom with Joey Savage now. Caution's out. Casey Sprinkle. Or no, not Sprinkle, Mark Vondell. Vondell and Miles Bagley. Josh DeBrune, black flag. Well, this will be overtime. What has happened to Mark Vondell? Set this up coming off the dead and back straightaway here. Vondell's going to be stuck in the middle. He's going to have McCullough right behind him. McCullough is actually going to take him 4 wide with Joshua McCullough as well. 4 wide, 4 wide. To make contact. Vondell and Joshua McCullough contact. The 59 into the 87. As simple as that. Man, oh man. Fifth caution of the night. First attempt at overtime, if I'm not mistaken. If I knew how to check it on this new overlay, I would. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna search through all that today. It is gonna be a first attempt at overtime. But for John Ward, back up into contention to win it. He's got to go through Falkingham, got to go Mastrutta. He's got 2 teammates that's going to be right behind him. He's got a hungry group of drivers directly behind him. Everybody gunning to return to MMS victory lane at Talladega. Well, let's look at this results here. 50% somebody else. 33 say fucking hand, 16 Colorado, nobody says just Strada. Alright. Should be the first attempt at green and white checkered. With a rear racket, Daniel Fulkingham, Chase Mastrutta. First, second, Ward, Masavich, Gordon Spain in top 5. Got Kyler Wynn, Jared Haynes, Richard Elliott, Cameron Craighead, and Ethan Eckert in the top 10 on down. Kevin McCullough, Malik Ray, Casey Sprinkle, Joshua McCullough, Danny Barnes, Josh Jabroon, Nick Seipel, Axel Smith, Miles Bagley, and Mark Vondell will round out the field. Alright, the field comes down to the restart zone. Fulkingham, Mastrutta. First into that green white checker. Let's see how it goes. Mastrutta not going. Spun the tires big time. Going to Savage now. They're already taking 3 wide. Fulkingham's going to have to figure out which one to block. Daniel Fulkingham now. Oh, Mastrutta gonna get turned. He saves it. They won't make it back. 4 wide down the back straightaway. Malik Ray in the middle. Ray up to Cody outside. Ray doors. Ethan Eckert. They're still wrecking and bouncing off each other. No caution yet. John Ward out front. With Spain right behind him. Fulkingham slipping back side by side with Jared Haynes. Down the back straightaway. Front straightaway. Whatever. Here comes Fulkingham back to the outside with Gordon Spain. John Ward will take him to the white flag. This race is in its final lap. Here goes Fulkingham up the outside. The Savage going to get hung out dry. Big net cut off the 64. Ward up to cover Fulkingham. Fulkingham going to get took it 3 wide. Down the back straightaway, Kim McCullough right behind Fulkingham. Ward and Wren in the middle lane. Gary Craig's going to go up with Ward and Kyler. Ward's going to take the outside lane. Wants to utilize that run back down to the middle. Ward all over the place. Sideways. Here comes Funkenham and McCullough on the outside. 3x3 as they come off of 4 through the trioval for the final time. And at the line, Funkenham surges ahead. Ward back to the bottom at the line. Give it to Daniel Funkenham. Woo! They're wrecking big behind them. But Daniel is your winner tonight. Ward second, McCullough third, Kyler Wynn, and Gordon Spain the top 5. Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Chevy. Well, Daniel Funkenham will burn it down and celebrate. I'll give him a minute, jump into the Discord to get an interview. But while we wait on Funkenham and McCullough to get in here for their interviews, John Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you, Garrett.
My buddy's so close, but no cigar tonight. Just take us through the last lap. Was there anything you could have done different? Because you're fighting for your life for a second there.
Man, I tell you what, I'm still shooken up, Garrett. That was so much fun with them guys and pro guys and everybody. I was working with their Gordon Spain, and man, that was a thriller. I tell you, I was holding on when Kyler, I was on old tires, to tell you the truth. Kyler was shoving me, and I was just trying to hold on to it there. It was a blast there. Daniel had to run up top. I didn't know where to go. I wanted to stay up, but the run was in the middle. I knew Kyler could push, but the high side, Daniel, he come around me at the end and he got the win. But I'm happy with second place after everything that did happen there. I got wrecked at one point.
Well, but I do want to ask you, with this car, of course, you don't get many second chances to second guess yourself. Look like you're middle. I'll go back to the top, and I'll go back to the middle. Really, they're just one of them situations where you're, I hate to say it, but damned if you're doing, damned if you don't at that point.
Yeah, it is. It's like you want to try to know where the run's coming from and which lanes are moving, but you really don't know because it goes so fast, and you could jump in front of somebody, and that gives you a bad bump, and it's just like you say, damn if you do, damn if you don't. If I would have stayed on the bottom, they would decide if I went up, they could leave me or go to the middle. It's just so much involved with it, Garrett. You don't never know. But luckily there, everything happened, and we got home with a second.
Well, buddy, last question before I let you go here. Is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah. I want to thank Kenny first off for putting the race up. Man, that was a good one on Sunday night there. That was a thrill. I ain't had a fun race. These cars put some good racing up, good 3-wide racing, and lanes are just moving, whichever one's getting the shove, So shout out for him for hosting the race and the combo. Shout out for you for the broadcast. And I want to give Gordon and his brother Joey there congratulations. They've been running with me, and not only in HGR, but in these bigger races, and they're doing really good here, and it's been showing. So congratulations to Dega Pros in the group.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations to you tonight on a second place and a fourth place finish coming from HGR with the fourth place run. John Ward walks out of here second tonight. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, somebody had to fight for his life to get this win. Daniel Funkenham, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I gotcha.
Well, it'd be easier for you to take me through the last lap versus me trying to walk you through the last lap. Really, did you expect this to come about whenever we took the green-white checkered?
I didn't expect to win it in the way I did. I was hoping I could just try to control it all the way, but there were so many moving parts there happening at the end where I kind of got shuffled, and some guys didn't have good restarts. It just changed the momentum of different lines. But thankfully, I got a big shout out to Kenny right there. I was able to get attached to them on the back straightaway, and I was able to just side draft who was a Kyler and John Ward, and then they were able to side draft the bottom, which killed all the Mo on the bottom 2 lanes, which allowed to give it the run to the top, and that allowed me to have enough to hang on right there. So not exactly how I drew it up, but hey, a dub's a dub, and we'll add that one to the collection.
Well, buddy, of course you mentioned you mentioned the collection getting pretty big. About time for a warehouse full of wins, ain't it?
Yeah, we're racking them up. MMS seems to be getting really good for me lately. Just we're racking them all up over here. But yeah, it's what we love to do. We love to win. We love to finish well. And we had a few scary incidents across the entire night, but thankfully it wasn't enough to put us down. We were able to come ripping up through there. We were able to win the race. So always a fun time out here.
Well, buddy, up and down night for you, back to the front, from the front to the back, more times than can be counted, mainly hung around the top 10. Really about how many times you can say, well, one stop race, so yeah, we do it like this, but really, how many times does the strategy really change, just depending on the circumstances, and really, is there ever even really a strategy to come into these races, knowing how Talladega and Daytona all work and all that? Can you really even strategize for these races anymore?
Yeah, the only strategy is to survive, and obviously when we get the occasional green flag pit stop, you just want to plan out how you want to do that, where you could possibly like break away from the field and whatnot. But yeah, other than that, it's just really just go in to try to survive and just try to stay out of trouble. And that's the best way to do that, just being up front. And thankfully, I've been doing a good job of that lately. So, but yeah, whenever there's kind of strategy into it with green flag stops, I always seem to execute those pretty well too. So I kind of know what I'm doing. At the end of the day, it's just all about execution, and we were able to do that right there at the end. Just execute it. Well, I kind of executed the last restart pretty well, just not how I envisioned it, but we still got it done nonetheless.
Well, buddy, last question before you get out of here. I know you're ready to go celebrate another. Probably got another race planned, but is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, just thank you for putting this on, or thank you for putting on the broadcast, I should say. Thanks, Kenny, for putting this stuff on. Thanks to everyone who comes out to races. And, yeah, shout out to everyone watching as well.
All right, buddy. Daniel Falkenham's your winner tonight from Talladega and MMS. Congratulations. Look forward to talking to you in the next one, buddy.
All right, thank you, Jim.
Yep. That being said, what a run. What a race. It was damn entertaining. That's all. That was entertaining. Especially that last lap, everybody throwing all their best haymakers. The results tonight will be Daniel Falkenham, your winner. John Ward, Ken McCullough, Connor Wynn. And Gordon Spain, the top 5. Malik Ray, Cameron Craighead, Jared Haynes, Casey Sprinkle, Richard Elliott, the top 10. The pole sitter, Nick Seipel, will not have the race that he wanted tonight. Will come home at 11th. Axel Smith, 12th. Joshua McCullough, Danny Barnes, 13th, 14th. Miles Bagley, Mastrota, Maswitz, and Josh DeBrune will round out the top 18. I know there's still some more down here at the bottom. Ethan Eckert, Mark Vondell, 19th and 20th. Kenny Reel, I believe he was race control tonight. So it'll be 20 drivers, the top 20. Congratulations to Daniel Falkenham. An awesome win tonight. Let's look, really, I know I don't normally do this, but we'll look back at, well, we're going to get rid of the results first. Now we're going to look back at the last half of this last lap. Well, really, it all starts, Ward gets stuck in the middle, and now you're pretty much now, you make your bed, you lay in it, Ward will go at the block for Falkenham. Then immediately right back down to the bottom, second guessed it. We'll try to get in the middle right there. Kyler, a little bit of contact. Ward all over the place. Lucky in it and take the field with him. Well, that right there, that little bobble, that bobble and a few extra cars was enough to secure Daniel Falkenham to win tonight. And really, we've seen Daniel do this before. Photo finish camera will show you. That is the margin of victory tonight, 24 hundredths of a second. Well, everybody, appreciate everybody for watching tonight. It's a great race. Appreciate Kenny McCullough putting these on, asking me to broadcast them. As far as tomorrow night goes, Inspired Racing League Cup Series, that will start at Rockingham at 8:40 Eastern time for all the action. And of course, coming off the Inspired 250, Josh Harrison looks to make it 2 in a row, but he's got to go through a star-studded lineup. But that's all tomorrow night. As for tonight, that'll do it, folks. I appreciate everybody watching tonight. Congratulations to Daniel. It is in order. I will see everybody tomorrow night. Take it easy. God bless.